Hello, I am back again for another Pick Your Poison. Pick your poison, babe. I poison either way. So, we are very excited to do this again. I would say it's been a while, but it's been a while for me to do anything on this channel. I think these might be the ones that we've already done, and these are the ones that we haven't done yet, I believe. Pick Your Poison means each of these options, there's going to be two options, and they both suck. But you have to pick which one sucks less. So, here we go. Okay, so, first two. Would I rather dress like I did in middle school for the rest of my life, or fight a kangaroo with your bare hands? Well, I always said if I knew that I had some kind of terminal illness that I would die by getting ripped apart by a tiger. However, I don't want to fight an animal. I would just want it to kill me. Like, I wouldn't be fighting back, you know? Like, so I don't want to fight any kind of animal that is animal abuse, thank you. So I don't want to do that. And did I dress that bad in middle school? It was a lot of those cheap statement necklaces and a lot of layers. Layers were really big back then. You know, those long sleeve V-neck Aerie and American Eagle shirts with like the little cami with the lace underneath and stuff like that. A lot of that, a lot of like Arrow or Hollister or whatever written across it. And Taylor Swift merch. I wore a lot of that in middle school too. So I would rather just dress like I did in middle school. And like, work has, you know, there's specific things that you can and can't wear to work. So like, I wouldn't be able to wear like the really tacky stuff because it's not in the dress, what do they call it? It's dress code. So there you go. I'd rather dress like I did in middle school for the rest of my life. It's fine. I feel like I'm still kind of there mentally anyway. Would I rather work out every day for 2 hours and never see any results, or sing everything you say? Sing everything I say. Also, I work at a library, so like, I could really make that work for me, especially like in youth services and stuff. I could just be the lady that sings, even though I can't sing at all and it would sound terrible. That's just my shtick, you know? I'm just the youth services librarian that sings the whole time. Hello, welcome to the library. That's fine. You know, in my profession, it would be fine. I would be fine. Would I rather be thrown into a bullfight with no training whatsoever, again with the animal abuse, we don't do that here, or only be able to eat food that has been made into a paste? I guess I'm the pasty girl because I'm gonna do that. So, yep, that's crazy. Paste, huh? It's fine. That's fine. We'll figure it out. You know, at least that means that it would taste different. Because if it was like, you could only eat like tomato paste, and that's it. Like, at least you can pick food, and they're all different. It just has to be the same consistency. I would rather it have to be the same consistency than the same flavor. You know? Would I rather find out there is a perfect clone of you that is trying to take over your life, or have irremovable nostril hairs that extend beyond your upper lip? Wow. Can I like braid the hairs? Again, I can make this into my shtick. You know, this'll be fine. But, like, I don't want to. But I don't want a clone. Okay, here's this thing. I swear to God that I was a twin. Like, I swear up and down I was a twin. I feel that deep in my bones that when I was in the womb, homie wasn't alone, okay? So I feel like I had a twin sister. My whole life, the only thing I would ever ask for my birthday is a twin sister, or just a sister. I've always wanted a sister. I was like, sister. I had dolls. I don't think they're in here. I think they're in another box. I had dolls, but you couldn't call them my dolls. Those were my sisters. Like, they were my sisters. I was their sister. So, like, anytime I would play with a doll, I'm not the mommy, I'm the sister. So, I got these weird things going on about sister, so it's like, to see that there's, like, a clone of me that's trying to ruin my life would be very trippy for me. I don't think I would be okay if I learned that news, you know, so, like, we're gonna do the nose hairs. I've looked up, like, what did they call it? The twin syndrome, where, like, vanishing twin syndrome, where there was a twin in the womb and then the other one just disappeared. Either they were eaten by the other twin or they were eaten by the mother. Like, they were, like, dissolved. Crazy. I swear to God there was another girly in there with me. Weirdest feeling ever. Would I rather drop a 100-pound barbell on my foot? Will there be results from that? Will I have a broken foot? Like, will it just be, oh, that hurt, and then we're back to normal? Because I'm pretty sure that would, like, I would have to get that foot taken care of after that. Or wear a neck brace for the rest of your life. Again, this can be my shtick. Something, you gotta be different. You gotta stand out, you know? But, I mean, the neck brace, they aren't saying that something has to be wrong with me. This would hurt. Oh, she's gagging. She's disgusting. Anyway, the 100-pound barbell on my foot, that would hurt. That would have consequences. Wearing a neck brace for the rest of my life would not have consequences. Really? So I guess I'll do that. Next two. Would I have no mouth? Okay. Or be unable to close your eyes. Imagine that. Being like, how you doing? That's crazy. I mean, I'd rather be unable to close my eyes. What do you do if you have no mouth? Like, do you have the face? Like, do you have lips on your face and, like, an actual... What, is it just like this? Like, is there just nothing there? That's crazy. How do you eat? How do you survive if you have no mouth? Because even, like, in tubing, I guess it would have to be, like, an IV drip. Because even, like, when they put the food... Or do they put it in your throat? None of this I am okay with. So I'm going to say I would rather be unable to close my eyes. Because, you know, maybe I'm just the one that's always watching, you know? It's fine. We'll work it out. We'll workshop it. It'll be fine. This is interesting. Would I rather continuously lose and regrow all of my teeth or have a head the size of a tennis ball? So, losing and regrowing my teeth, are they coming out all at once? And then I have gums, and then I start to get, like, teeth back and grow back? Are they growing at the same time? Or is it like they fall out at random times, and then I have, like, all these jagged, weird-looking teeth? Which is worse? I guess you could wear, like, dentures in the meantime. If they all fall out, then you're like, ugh, gotta put my fake teeth in again, you know? I guess I'd rather do that. I'd rather have my teeth fall out and come back and be like a cycle rather than have a little teeny tiny head. You know? I feel like that's a little weirder out of the two. A little weird. Would I rather have every hair on my body plucked one by one? Or be convinced that you're being stalked every time you leave your house? Yeah, all that body hair, pluck it. Because I don't like the mental stuff of being like, someone's watching me. I always feel like, I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel stalked. I don't want to feel unsafe. I would feel pain if they plucked all the hair on my body out, but I'd rather be in pain than paranoid. I must be paranoid. I don't want to feel like someone's watching me. That's freaky. Would I rather shed my skin every morning like a snake? Do I get bigger? Or is it just like I'm the same? Do I have like beautiful, like nice really moisturized skin under there? Or do I look the same and I just like peel it off? I have a lot of questions with these. Or shoplift at least one thing every time you enter a store. I am someone who can be a little paranoid when I get into a store. I like to touch stuff. I'm a toucher. So like I feel like if I'm there, especially when I'm there alone, I feel like I can be a little sketchy because I'm looking at everything and like touching things. And I always think that people are watching me and being like, she's probably stealing. And I'm not. I don't steal. I'm not stealing. I just feel like people are like watching me when I'm in a store and they're like, she doing something sketchy, you know? But I'm not. But sometimes I feel that way. So no, I don't want to shoplift. It's like, would you rather like do something illegal all the time or just shed your skin? I'd rather just shed my skin and have new skin every day, like, especially if that means that I'm really moisturized and soft underneath. That'd be really cool. But no, I don't want to be stealing all the time, because if I think that I'm paranoid thinking that they think that I stole something, imagine how paranoid I would be if I actually was stealing. It's a lot of paranoia. It's a lot of like shifty. I'd be like, you know, I don't want to feel that way. Why are you sighing? The back door's open. You can come in and out and you can do whatever you want. Yeah. Why are you like stressed out? You're stressing me out. What do you have on your nose? You gross. Anyway. Would I rather? Oh, and she's gone again. Malin. This dog. I think she needs like a couple weeks at someone else's house for a while. We need a break from each other for a little bit. Would I rather? I think she was eating because she got like food all over me. She's disgusting. Would I rather run barefoot across a football field covered in Lego pieces? Or be unable to understand sarcasm? That one. I think that's really funny, actually. And again, I don't want to be in pain, but like, I think that's really funny to like be like, what? What does that mean? I don't know. We could have fun with that. We could have fun with that, with the sarcasm. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll be fine. That'll be fine. Would I rather never trim my fingernails again or have my high school yearbook photo become a meme? I don't care. Girl, it's been 11 years since I graduated high school. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think about that time. I don't care. You can make it into a meme. That is completely fine. And I don't think any of my photos were bad or anything, so it's not like they had something to be like, oh, look how ugly this girl is. You know, like, there'd probably be something stupid, so I don't care. That's fine. Whatever. And that is good for anybody watching to know that when you are got your big toe in your 30s, you don't care about high school and stuff. I don't care. I don't ever think about it. Anyway, would I rather have a small stream of chocolate pudding constantly leaking from your ear? Okay, anything else but that. Have the police release a sketch of a murder suspect that looks exactly like you. That's kind of funny. Not though, because again, the safety thing, you would be hunted the entire time because you look like the murder suspect. You know what I mean? And I also feel like sometimes they would probably like arrest you first and ask questions later. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could also have something on you. I mean, I guess not. Like a tattoo that says, I'm not the murder suspect. That's a little sketchy, you know what I mean? You would just kind of have to lay low until they find the murderer, I guess. Maybe even help. Maybe this is your origin story of helping find a murderer. I don't know. No anything leaking from my ear. Thank you. Thank you. Would I rather never travel further than 10 miles from your home again? I work like 35 miles away from my home. Or constantly feel like you need to pee. I'd rather constantly feel like I need to pee. I don't want to be confined that close. I like going places, and also, yeah, like I work far away. I don't want to feel it. Melon, stop pulling on my stuff. I guess I'd rather just feel like I have to pee all the time. Do I actually have to pee a lot too? Or is it just like I feel like I have to? That would be really annoying, but it's better than being like, oh, I can't leave my... It's like, well, why as well just be under like house arrest or something, you know? Alright. Would I rather only be able to sleep in crowded public places? I could sleep anywhere, anytime, any place, baby. Or answer every call from a telemarketer and engage in conversation with them until they hang up. Well, I like sleeping in my room, in my bed, with my mans and my dog. So I'd rather answer every phone call from a telemarketer, especially because then they would take you off the list, because they'd be like, she's crazy. So, yeah, I would rather just do that. And I feel like my phone doesn't ring that much. Like it does, and it's a spam call quite frequently, but not like to a crazy extent. And I feel like it would end quickly, because they'd be like, this is a waste of everybody's time. Would I rather have each new day be slightly more boring than the last, or live in the desert without air conditioning? I don't want it to be downhill from here. And that's kind of what it sounds like it would be if it's every day is just more boring than the day before. I don't want that. I guess I'd rather live in the desert without air conditioning. We could figure that out. And also, like, you know, maybe that house is just for like sleeping, and sleeping with no air conditioning. Yeah, I'll just live in the desert. I don't want things to get boring. I want things to be interesting in my life. I'm too young. Kind of. Would I rather clog the toilet every time you poop outside your home? Terrifying. Or be unable to chew with your mouth closed? The chew thing for sure, because I would just limit my eating outside of the house. I wouldn't go out to eat very often, and that would be fine. But like, some may call me regular. I poop a good amount, you know, and I don't want to clog the toilet every time I poop outside of my home, because when I have to poop, I gotta poop. Like, get out my way, I gotta poop. So like, and I feel like this is a phenomenon, you know, where you go to Michael's and you immediately have to poop. Like, every time I'm in a craft store, I gotta poop. So I don't want to, you know, limit my outside time and my poop time. So no thank you. Would I rather be unable to use the following words: the, and, to, be, of? Well, I can still say yes and no. Well, I can say all words that I just said. I can make this work. It'll be fine. Yeah, I still haven't used any of those words. Well, there you go. Or be unable to throw anything away. Yeah, I'd rather have to think about my words before I say them. And again, none of those were on the list. Would I rather constantly feel like I'm covered in ants? No. Or be unable to turn left. Turn left. I had this Garmin when I was a kid. I got it from a yard sale for like $2, and you could record your own voice on the Garmin, so that way when it was like giving you instructions, it was like a GPS, so when it would give you directions to do something, it would be your voice, and I would say, turn left. It was really funny. Turn left. Just imagine that. Turn left. And imagine being lost and being overwhelmed and hearing your own voice. Turn left, turn left. I would crash the car. Anyway, I'd rather do that. Because isn't like 3 right turns a left turn or something? We'll figure it out. I get lost anyway no matter where I go, so I feel like it's on brand for me to not be able to turn left. You know what I mean? It's fine. There you go. Alright, last 2. Would I rather look 20 years older than I am or have a chronic runny nose? Ah, man. I guess just look old. I look so youthful. Thank you. So it could be interesting to look 20 years older. Why not? You know? I feel like you'd be respected more anyway, right? I'd rather look old. So these are the ones that we got through today. We got through a good amount. So we're going to go bloop and add those to the other ones that we've done. Look at that. So now we only have this much left. Wow. We're doing really good at these. These are like double down cards and stuff. These, you're supposed to play with these with other people. So like there's like A, B cards and double down cards. I'm just talking, so I don't need these cards. So yeah, that's all we got, and then the game will be over. So that's crazy. I hope you enjoyed this video. These are always really fun for me to do. I also have hot takes, self-love, and you're getting old. I'll probably do a couple more of those too. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!